that score for me. I said, okay, whatever you say, Carrington. You got seniority here.
We didn't let Carrington take your place, even though he offered. We instead brought Sean Barber in. One thing he had pointed out was the fact that he thinks, the Chiefs need to focus on winning less regular season games if that means being more ready for the postseason. Take those chances schematically or working out scheme stuff or figuring out to be good at 3 or 4 things versus figuring out the 2 things you are great at that equates to regular season success. How much value do you think Andy Reid is willing to trade off in that? Because I've never seen him in his career give up on regular season games. I don't know if it's a full give up, Pete. But if you start valuing like, hey, how am I the best by week 17, you do lose sight of some of those regular season games.
Yeah, look, I'm just trying to say this as nice as possible. I love me some Sean Barber. A 10-year linebacker, so much experience in the NFL. I like that he has little takes. This is incredibly wrong. You have to play until you get to a point where you lock up that bye. And it's not just rest. It's a playoff win, and there's one of them. And the only way you could do it, because a lot of times it comes down to 1 or 2 or 3 games, is by, playing to win. Let's go to Herm Edwards, right? You play to win the game. And until you lock up that bye, and Andy Reid sort of agrees with this, he's going to play to win every single game. Now, if you're able to get to a point, and maybe if this is what Sean means, where you are able to lock up a bye by week 15, we can maybe use those last 2 weeks as experimental weeks. I have no problem with that. But a playoff win is huge. We go back to the Super Bowl year, and that's why we often joke about Ryan Fitzpatrick and deserves a special spot potentially in the Ring of Honor, or at least gets to come and hit the drum. Why is that? Because what he did equated to a playoff win for the Chiefs in the year they won the Super Bowl. And to me, that as much as you maybe want to LeBron it and rest him for 20 games, I just don't think that's possible in football, because that win, it's so hard to win in the playoffs, and that win matters so much to getting it done. Having to win 3 games instead of 4 is just an immense difference when you're talking about the game of professional football.
Pete Sweeney, you hear him every single Friday, but you hear him 7 times a week on this very station. Pete, we'll talk to you. Yeah, sometimes he takes it over. We'll talk to you next Friday, but certainly we'll hear from you then. Thanks so much.
Yeah, everybody stay tuned for continued Cody and Old. Oh, man.
For the next 2 or 3+ hours. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate the time. He'll join us again next Friday. You don't want to be Cody and Old? When he comes in, we say it's Cody and Bold. Nick, you've missed out on that opportunity.
He's such a creature.
And then leaves in, it's Cody and Old.
Wait, so who's the bold one and who's the old one?
He's the bold one, he's the old one. Is the reference.
I did a podcast with him the other day, and it was a video. Of course, he's wearing plaid. He's a creature of habit. And despite the fact it was 90-some degrees, he's wearing plaid button-up. He's a creature of habit. That's what he does.
That's Pete.
I actually like his dad, Big Pete, better than Pete Sweeney.
Oh,
honest, I've told him
he's
that
a junior?
Yeah. Big Pete lives in New York. He always listens to the show. He always wants to call in a fake name because people won't let him call. Do you know that about Pete? He won't let his own father call the station, even though he desperately wants to.
So I didn't recognize this initially when hearing your newly minted Pete Sweeney intro, is when you sing Pete Sweeney, one texter pointed out that it sounds like Pete's Weenie. No. I did not recognize that the first time, but that may be a bit of an issue. We're
Okay, it's workshopping. Look, nothing's a final product on this show. We're like Andy Reid. We work to get better every single day.
You can't have that.
We work to get better every single day.
You cannot have that.
Is that really what it sounds like?
Here, I'll play it.
Pete Sweeney.
Oh, it does.
No, I can't unhear it. Pete Sweeney. Pete Sweeney.
Now, I'm sure we're not the first person, or the texter's not the first person to make that joke to Pete.
But specifically the way I'm singing it, though, that's making it a
It does sound like Pete Sweeney.
I gotta be more clear on Pete Sweeney. You're gonna put that.
Yeah, you really need to enunciate there.
Okay.
You need to break or put a comment.
That's fine. Noted. I can learn a valuable lesson here. Thank you, Texter.
Sweeney.
Thank you. We appreciate anyone who brings something to the show. As a matter of fact, there are multiple Guillotine League spots up for grabs on the show today.
I believe we have 4 left.
4 spots. I'd love to fill them all today. I got to go into the weekend. I got to offer this to fine people on Twitter. I will come to that, but I like bringing it to you, the listener. So if you have a suggestion, 913-576-7610. You're ready for your bribe. 913-576-7610 is on the table. Someone can still go through a drive-thru and order the Cody and Gold special if they give you a discount, and you can prove it via video. We are happy to give you a spot. Some gentleman tried to send it in, Nick, but it's had no such luck. Emailing it to us, again, just send it to us on Twitter or something. I know maybe not on there. Facebook.
Send a Pete Sweeney song.
Send a Pete Sweeney song. If it's good enough, maybe. But any kind of right.
Like Pete
we have rings. We have custom pins. We have some billboards. To be a graphic of that. When, we have lots of prizes. Anything that brings value to the show or value to the league. That's all we ask, right? If you want to entertain us on the show and bring something to the listening audience, or you want to bring value to the Guillotine League, there are spots up for grabs. Nick will be monitoring the text on the entire time, 913-576-7610. You've got 3 hours before this holiday weekend.
This is rude.
Get in anything.
This is rude because Bink wants into the Guillotine League.
He does?
Yeah, he was lobbying on Wednesday.
That wasn't lobbying, I was
Well, you were right. He's right. He wasn't.
very formally asked.
He was being very polite about it, not obnoxious at all. He just said, he wants in all leagues.
No, I said I want to take down Barber. No matter
But
where.
you also mentioned that you just want in any league you can get in.
I've done your baseball league a couple years ago.
He was in our baseball league a couple of
Took it
years
very seriously.
I did not take it seriously at all.
But again, Bink, I will tell you
I took
this.
it way too seriously.
Barber came in and he offered a VIP tour of Arrowhead Stadium. So everyone has to have something to offer. So if you have something to offer us, the league, the content,
I got nothing.
You don't have anything to offer?
you got nothing.
I literally have nothing to offer. Like I have nothing. Like I am offering you all nothing. Unless you want me to sing a Pete Sweeney song. Or you'll get a Cody and Gold discount at a restaurant.
If you can get a Cody and Gold discount, I'd give you a
I can't offer you anything.
Just go to your regular spot. Ask for the Cody and Gold
Give me a
discount.
VIP tour of my mom's porch.
I like how adamant you are about the fact that you got absolutely
I
nothing.
got absolutely nothing.
In a weird way, it's encouraging. I just have nothing to give you.
Just being honest.
Okay, we're not just looking for money. Because he says you have beer. How fastly can you chug beer? What's your time? What's your time on it?
God damn, like 3.5 seconds there during quarantine.